Hey everybody, welcome to a yoga session, a little bit of time for you. So I have some tea, I have a band so we can stretch our hammies, and I apparently have half of a yoga mat, and I think I should be happy to have that half. So we're going to go ahead and get some stretch on. Remember, please do anything that you need to do in order to be comfortable, and we will go ahead and get started. So a little tea first, and we'll get going. All right. Let's go ahead and lift up tall, nice and straight. We want a really long back here so we can put that body prime position to make sure that we can breathe properly. So close your eyes and let's just find a few moments. You can kind of tune out the rest of the world and find that space where you can focus today. And let's breathe in deeply. And then exhale all of that breath. Deep breath in. Full breath out. We're going to go ahead and drop that chin to that chest. And then lift that chin up to the sky. Good. Bring the head to the center. We're going to drop an ear to a shoulder. And other side. Up we go. Very nice. Let's work on that neck a little bit more. So I'm going to take my right hand on around. I'm going to grab that left forearm and I'm just going to gently pull that left arm, those left fingers down to the floor a little bit further. So as I pull down, I'm going to go ahead and drop that ear again away from that arm that's pulling down. Good. So we've got a little bit more of an intense stretch into that side of the neck. And then from here, let's drop and roll that nose down towards that knee. Good, release up to the top. Let's go ahead and swap it out. So now I'm gonna grab that right forearm and just gently pull it down a little closer to the floor. Do what you can here. And then drop that ear over. Actually, no, then we'll go ahead and roll that nose down to that knee. So we get that little angle. Now we'll release it back up to the top. Bring those hands to those knees, lift up tall, breathe in. And then scoop and round as you breathe out. Look down at that tummy. And then we'll come on up, inhale, breathe in. And exhale, round and scoop. Come on up, breathe in. And breathe out. Good, lift on up to the top. Take those arms out to the side. Well, hello, Montag. Reach out nice and long, big stretch. We're going to take those arms up and overhead. Interlace those fingers, reach tall, lengthen that body. And we'll go ahead and maybe bring those hands right there behind your head. So we're kind of opening up those elbows and opening up that chest. What's going on over here? Let's go ahead and drop over to the side. Hey guys, be nice. Drop over. And then we get that stretch into that side body. And up, drop over other side. we go to the top. Reach those arms out nice and long. Breathe in and breathe out. So I'm going to bring those palms down to that mat and just press down, lift up long, take a little bit of weight out of those hips, and we can let that spine kind of elongate a little bit here. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, and breathe out. Bringing those hands to those knees. Let's go ahead and just drop that body around into some nice trunk rotations. Rolly around, easy circle. And then we're going to roll around the other direction. Connecting to that breath. And lifting up tall, right up there to the center. Check in with that posture, lift up long. We're gonna go ahead and just release those legs. Let's go ahead and we will park those feet on that mat. Grab behind those thighs and just lift up tall here. Maybe we can position those toes on the floor. Or maybe we can lift those feet up off that mat entirely for a little balance. We're going to place those feet on the mat, flop those knees out and open to the side, and round forward. Nose comes down towards those toes. Scoop ourselves up to the top, nice and long. Excellent. So we're going to do a little bit of a bind today. So I'm going to flip on around here. I'm going to take my left leg out to the side. I'm just going to bend that right knee and bring that right heel in close to the body. So as you can, we're going to take that left hand here to that mat underneath that left knee, and we're going to swoop then that right arm up to the sky. So we're reaching tall, lengthening, maybe leaning back a little bit here. Breathe, breathe. And we're going to take that hand then around that body. Maybe set that hand on that opposite hip so we can still pull that shoulder back and look on up to the sky. And if you are feeling zesty, let's go ahead and take that opposite hand back, and maybe you can grasp those hands there behind you as we open up that chest. Good. Untangle and then lift tall. Good. Feeling a little uneven, so we should swap that out. So I'm going to place then that opposite foot, that right foot on the floor, right hand to the mat. Underneath that knee, take that left arm, swoop it up, reach tall, lean back, stretch into that side all the way through here. Good. Maybe that hand can come on around, and we'll set it on that hip back there. Just reach it around behind you. And if you'd like, reach that opposite hand back, grasp those hands, and open up that chest. Lovely. Untangle. Lift up tall. We're going to go ahead, come on around here, grab those thighs, lift up and lengthen, breathe in. Make sure you have enough space, and then go ahead and roll down onto your mat. Maybe a little bit of tea first. There we are. Roly, roly. Down we go to that mat. And then as we roll down, check in with that body. What parts are feeling a little bit tense still? Let's make that nice active effort to release them. And when I say which parts we really need to work on and soften, I probably mean your shoulders. That's where most of us tend to carry that tension. So breathe into the shoulders and soften them. Let them go. Let them melt down into that mat. Good. We're going to pull those knees into that chest, and then we're going to reach those legs up to the sky. Let's just point your toes. And then we'll pull the toes back, standing up there on those tiptoes. And flex the feet. Good. Roll those ankles about. Both ways. And we'll bring those legs back together. From here, let's bend the knees. We're going to park those feet on the floor and then flop those knees at an open, reclining butterfly. And those hips open up. You can wiggle those guys out. And then let's take those arms, we're gonna reach those arms over your head, relax them on the floor, and let's just kind of feel that chest naturally open up there. Those ribs are gonna poke up to the sky, and we'll relax here and breathe. Gently, let's go ahead and bring those arms out to the side, T position. We'll bring those knees together. We're gonna pull those knees in to that chest. Let's take both knees to the right. We've got a little spinal twist. Take your right hand, push down on that left thigh and roll that head to the left a little. Good, release, roll through the center. We'll take those knees over to the other side. Go ahead and flop them down and then push down with that left hand. Excellent, release. Come on back to the center. And let's go ahead and just place your hands on your shins or behind your thighs. And let's pull those legs into the body, but let's kind of pull them in nice and wide. Those hips are a little bit open here. And we can really feel that mid-back. Relax to the floor, let go of your shoulders. Good. Bring those knees together. And we'll go ahead and set that left foot on the floor. We're going to find that through the whole pose. So right ankle, left quad, hands behind that left thigh. Take a breath and and release it. Fantastic. Left foot to the floor. From here, we're gonna grab that band and then we're gonna go right into that hammy stretch. So let's loop that strap, that band up and around that right foot, and we are just gonna lengthen out the back of that right leg. Press that right heel to the sky. Maybe that right leg can melt a little bit closer towards you. And we're going to go ahead and then transfer that strap to that right hand. Let that right leg float out to the side. Press out through that right heel. Keep those hips level. And then we'll just release that right leg. So go ahead and send that right leg down and out along your mat. Wiggle it out a little bit, wiggle and shake. And then we bend that right knee. Good. Right foot on the mat. We'll try the other side. Left ankle, right quad. And time for our through the hole pose. Maybe pull in just a little bit more there. And release it. Time to stretch out that left hammy. So up we go with that strap. Push that left heel away from you. Melt just a little bit further. We transfer that strap into that left hand. Let's go ahead and then open that left leg out to the side. Take a breath and release. Release that left leg, send it down and out along your mat. Give it a wiggle, shake it out a bit. Take a breath. And we're gonna come on up to the top. So maybe grab a thigh and we will come right back up to a nice seated position. So let's go ahead and just reach those legs forward, and we're going to flex the feet, lift up tall. There's our Dandasana. Long back, long legs. And relax a bit. So before we flip over to hands and knees, let's just go ahead and review those eagle arms so we can get a nice stretch into the back. So let's go ahead and just bend the elbows here. We're going to bring the elbows together. Take one elbow, doesn't matter which. Stack it up on top of the other, and as best you can, wind your arms here around each other. So I've got a little wind. You can always modify, but as we hold this position here, we'll breathe. You can feel a stretch there between those shoulder blades. Eagle arms. Breathe in. And breathe out. Go ahead and take a breath. Inhale up. And exhale. And we'll just find those other eagle arms. So this time my opposite elbow goes on top of the other. Wind those arms around each other. Do what you can. Breathe in. And breathe out. Lovely. Bring those hands back to those knees. Wiggle everything out. And we are going to go ahead and flip on up to those hands and knees. All right? Okay. So up we go. Hands and knees. So hands nice and flat or fist, whatever you need. But let's go ahead and scoop it around into our cat stretch. Got that lovely rounded spine. Drop into a neutral position and then drop into cow. Good. Come to the center. So we're going to move through those today with our breath. Let's take that right leg. We're going to reach it back behind you into our little modified tiger pose. So lengthen that right leg. Inhale, reach into this position. As you exhale, pull that right knee up to your nose and round into cat. So inhale, reach it back, tiger. Exhale, round it into cat. Take a couple of these. Then pulling that knee up, we'll tuck up your toes, tuck up all 10 of those toes, and from here we're just going to press up into giraffe. So relax that head, stretch into that right hammy a little bit. Trying to push your elbows ahead of your ears. Good, release. Knees, come back to that mat. And then we're just gonna scoop to the right in the puppy, curve it over, look back towards those feet. And back to the center. We'll go ahead and move through on that other side. So inhale, reach and extend, neutral spine. Exhale, curl it up, nose towards the knee. Inhale. And exhale. Good, good. Curling up. Leaving that knee up towards the nose, tuck up the left toes, tuck up the right toes, press up, giraffe. And back we go. All fours, scoop to the left in the puppy. And Excellent. Back to the center. From here, let's go ahead and just come down onto your tummies. So chin to the chest, chin to the mat. Then we go down to that mat, onto that chest. Curl up into Cobra. Turning the head to the right. Glutes are engaged. To the left. To the center, float those hands back. Lift up onto that tummy. Release everything to the floor. And press back into Balasana. Very nice. Up we go, all fours. Once we're here, let's take that right foot. We're gonna swing it forward between those hands. Go ahead and drop down a little bit. We've got a little bit of a hip flexor stretch. And then from this position, let's go ahead and lift up into that nice monkey pose. So we're gonna open up that chest. And bring those hands to the mat, push back into kneeling pyramid, roll it back. Go ahead and come on down with that right foot, tuck up those left toes in the back. Lift ourselves up here into our nice runner's lunge. We're gonna leave that left hand on the floor and just reach that right arm to the sky. Good, down we go. Bring that left knee back to the mat, release those toes. One more time, push back kneeling pyramid. And then we're gonna drop that right foot to the mat, bring up those arms. We're gonna find those eagle arms again. So I'm gonna bring my elbows forward, place my right elbow on top of the left, wind it up, and we'll hold it right here. Excellent. Untangle. Back we go, all fours. Scoop it into cat. And flatten it out. Ready on the other side. Left foot. Bring it forward between those hands. Sink into that nice little hip flexor stretch. And we'll lift up into monkey. Just a little kneeling warrior here. And back we go. Let's roll it up, tuck up those right toes, lift up that right knee, and rotate. Down we go, back to that kneeling pyramid one more time. And finding those eagle arms. This time, left elbow on top if you can. And we're going to release into down dog. So you find that nice down dog position. Walk your dog if you'd like. Fantastic. If you are feeling feisty, let's find our three-legged dog. We're gonna just take that right leg up to the sky, lift it up as high as it will go, up, up, up. And lower down, other side. And lower down. Lovely. Finding your plank position. Dropping into up dog. And coming back to all fours. Lovely. Scoop it up, cat stretch. And flatten it out. So from here, I'm gonna go ahead and just tuck up my toes. I'm gonna go ahead and press myself back. So if you are feeling fancy today and you'd like to find a crow, go for it. Or we can simply balance today. I'm gonna balance, we're just gonna hug everything up and see if we can just stay here without moving about. So I'm just gonna try to grab my shins and tuck my chin to my chest for our cosmic egg position. So go ahead and tuck down, find your balance, try not to wobble, and breathe. Setting those hands down on your mat when you're ready. And we'll go ahead and just roll on around here. Roll down onto that mat, hug those knees into your chest, rock it out side to side, maybe some figure eights. Setting those feet on that mat. Let's go ahead and duck walk your feet off the edges of your mat just so we've got some space to drop both those knees to the right. And both those knees to the left. Good, good. To the center, we're gonna stretch those legs down and out along your mat. Bring your hands down beside you, wherever they are cozy. But let's go ahead and just relax that entire body. I'm gonna melt that body right on down into that mat. Finding a space where you're comfy. So just place your hands wherever you like. I'm going to place my hands here on my chest and on my tummy, just so I can feel myself breathe for a bit. But let's relax where we are particularly tense. So breathe in and breathe out. Take a moment just to soften and sink down into that mat. So as we let go of the tension in the body, let's just now notice as we breathe. Become the observer here and just watch and feel as you breathe. And then from that breath, let's come inward to the mind and just hover in that space of peace and tranquility. Slowly and gently, let's wiggle those fingers and toes around as you start to come back into your breath and into that body. You can slowly stretch out or roll over, whatever you like. Wherever you happen to be, let's just close your eyes and come inward for a final moment of quiet. Lokha, Samasta, Sukhino, Bhavantu. May the entire universe be filled with peace and joy, love and light. Shanti means peace. Om Shanti to you. And thank you for practicing yoga today. Namaste. Good job, guys. Remember, be good to yourselves. Be kind to yourselves. Go outside. Get your vitamin D. Hydrate, of course. It's warm out. And wash your paws. We'll see you all next time. Namaste. Hey Montag, sharing is caring, even on a yoga mat. You should not attack anybody on a yoga mat. Thanks guys for working out with us today. Go wash your paws. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.